Yo, what's good, guys? It's Micro. I know we're kind of a day late. Your boy had an exam to study for work. Thank God he passed. So again, just some simple simple ideas on what I think is going to happen this week, based off of some economic data that we have, also some earnings. That economic data, the main day, obviously being on Wednesday when we have FOMC November 1st. So let's just get right into it. So last week we looked at SQQQ to try and give us some general idea as to where the market may be headed, right? This was our big area of confidence, was right here at this range, in which we were, I think, about right here, just over the $20 mark. We ended up retesting this, rejecting it, but then breaking all the way through as we saw the market completely go the opposite way. So we came up into a resistance, a very strong resistance at that. 23.35 is going to be a massive point going forward on SQQQ in order for us to have some type of general idea of where the market's headed, right? So yeah, I mean, these levels actually applied pretty well. I would love to see a retest of this breakout level, however, this 21.41, in order for us to have some more continued upside, right? If not there, then I just expect us to keep going higher up until the market decides it wants to correct. Around this 25 level is where I think we would see, if we do end up seeing a lot more downside in the market, in which we might. It's a very, very high possibility, right? Again, given all the geopolitical situations that are happening across the world, especially the Israel and Palestine conflict. Not even conflict, but nonetheless, all of those different things definitely play a big part in the overall market. And so 2507, around this area rather, is where I would expect the market to reverse to the upside if we decided that we were going to continue to go down. So this is kind of just what I think for the time being. Again, this is just based off of the 4 hour and recent market structure within this 4 hour. So these are the specific levels that I'm looking for. Again, nothing is ever perfect when it comes to these inverses, right? However, we obviously see that this point, this 23.35, is a huge point of contention between the bulls and the bears. So again, this will give us some general direction as to where the market is going. Heading into FOMC on Wednesday, which is in 2 days from now, there is a big chance that we continue to drop in the overall market, and this continues to go up. So just look out for that, and let's just go to the next idea. So just real quick, I just wanted to do a recap of Ford. Last week, I said that the strikes and stuff that are happening were going to have a massive effect on Ford, and it was being held by this 2.5 year support, and we ended up dying, right? The contracts that I personally took for earnings went from $11 each to about 90. I think they went 900 to 1,000%. Obviously, I didn't hold for that entire move. I wish I would have. I ended up getting about 200% out of the move, however. So, I mean, yeah, this is a big reason why TA is important, right? Especially when you look at supply and demand zones, support and resistance. It is very crucial for you to understand that specific levels need to hold in order for the stock to not do what Ford did, right? If it held, it probably would have bounced. It did not hold. We closed under. We continued to go further down. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch up on that idea. So the next stock we're going to be looking at is our beloved NVIDIA. Again, after touching this all-time high, it's only seen lower and lower from that level. Since that all-time high, we are down, what was this, 520, which is insane. We touched down about 120 points, right? 124 rather, since that all-time high. This specific level here, this 398.87, needs to hold. If this does not hold, this 395 breaks, and then we should revisit this 377 level, as this was a level of support in order for us to make that leg up into an all-time high, right? So basically what I'm looking for is a bounce here. This is very clear cut and simple in terms of how I want to trade this, given the data and stuff this week. I basically want to continue to see some either build up here into a break over this 414.60 level, in which I don't mind swinging long because then I know my risk, right? My risk is not that high. Once we break above this level, retest this level, and hold there, then I don't mind playing it to about 420, right? So under that, however, under this, and if we decide to test this 395.31 level, we better bounce as hard as we can. Buyers better step in, because if not, then we end up seeing this 376, 377 extremely quick. Now, if that doesn't hold, I mean, we just excuse all my levels here. This is one of the only stocks that I trade. But regardless, if we do not hold here, we have a massive, I mean, massive gap to fill, right? It is what, like 90 points from where we're at currently. So we just have to be extremely careful. Nonetheless, if this 395 breaks, I am going to go short. And I do not mind going out for some time in order for me to get this move. But I would love for this to break. If we bounce, then, you know, we bounce. We may see this. I think this is going to be one of the more important points, would be around this 433 level, as there's just a ton of consolidation here, rejection, etc. So within this 426 level to the 434 level, I guess, is 433.80. So within that specific range is what I'd be looking for a bounce. However, if we don't get that, then again, we will die off. It will happen if we don't continue to get bought up or anything like that. And again, going back to SQQQ, if that decides to go up, then the overall market is going to go down, especially tech. Tech needs a big retracement, right? So that's what I'm looking for on NVIDIA. This 398.87 break is going to be my short signal in order for me to play to this 395 level. And if we hold here, then I'll take some calls for a bounce. Why not? And yeah, it's kind of my whole game plan, guys. All the levels are listed here, and 377.28 would be my ultimate target. I believe that buyers would step in around this level. So yeah, that's NVIDIA. So our next idea is Microsoft. Now, Microsoft had ER, and I think they did pretty well. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but I assume they did pretty well. Yeah, these are kind of the levels that I'm looking for it. I mean, this 344.54 level seems to be, again, a massive level of contention. This 352 break would also be massive for us. So this 351.80 is really what I'd love to see break in order for us to continue to the upside. You know, maybe again touch this 360 level, 365 level. If not, and we reject here, I expect some more consolidation within this area, some more chop. Yeah, that's kind of honestly it for Microsoft. I would love to see this 338.46 level break in order for us to have some upside. We do have some targets that we need to break through, though. One of those main targets would be this 339.61 level, 340.59, and then this 341, basically 342, and then from there 343, and then 344.54. From there, this 351.95, 352 break is what I'd like to see. To the downside, however, I'd like to see this 333.62 break down to this 328.43, down to 325.23, 321.77, and this massive level of 316.18. So yeah, underneath 312.63 is where I would love to short to this 306. I think that we had an idea on this at some point throughout one of the first videos, and it actually ended up playing out extremely well. We took some puts on it, and I think they ended up hitting like 110, 115%, something around there. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for on Microsoft.